Hello and welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 17th of August 2020. And we have a number of very interesting news in the whiskey business. First of all, we have Bowmore. Bowmore brings out their second edition for the China market, and that's a 37-year-old whiskey. It's matured for 30 years in sherry casks, and the second filling was in first fill casks. Yeah, it has a cask strength of 52.1%. That's really low, but that's to be expected because it's a 37-year-old whiskey. The name is Feng Shuang, which is a kind of fable creature, legendary creature, and the Feng Shuang follows the dragon. That's kind of a theme going on in China with all the dragons and all the monsters. They really do love that in China. There are not that many bottles on the market. 888 bottles for the China market is not that much. And they are about to be traded for $2,200 US roundabout, obviously in Chinese currency. Then we have Nc'nean. The Nc'nean distillery, I've already talked about it, is a small new organic distillery in Scotland. They're the first fully organic distillery because there are other distilleries that have a lot of organic bottlings. And they have released their first 1,320 bottles to the market, and they were sold out in 36 hours. So what they did is they kept the first 10 bottles they ever bottled, and they now went to Whisky Auctioneer, and they are now selling, auctioneering it from the 14th to the 17th, and they want to make good money with it, and then they doing it for a good reason, giving it away. Yeah. Then we have news from America. The Woodford Reserve Baccarat edition is out. It's very new at Woodford. Usually they do bourbon, and I'm not quite sure if they're allowed to call it bourbon, but they have normal maturation at Woodford with fresh new casks, like they do their normal bourbon, and then they put it in XO Cognac casks. That is cognac that had at least 3 vintage cognacs in them. And after finish in these casks, the whiskey was ready and was bottled into Baccarat decanters. So yeah, that's where they came with the name up, and it's a very, very beautiful looking decanter, probably also very expensive, and it comes in a really, really fine looking red box. How and where and when it will be sold is not that clear. And then we have the Starward Whisky. It's a new star at the Whisky Sky of Australia. Yeah, it's an Australian distillery, and they are now bringing out 2 of their bottling. The first is called Nova, and the second one is called Twofold. The first one is just from regular barley and matured in red wine casks, and the second one is from regular barley mixed with wheat, and they are separately matured and then blended together. And they're also matured in red wine casks. And that's kind of a bit of a theme about the Starward Whisky. It's from local farms and with a lot of wine casks from Australia, because Australia has a lot of wine. They're really known for their wine. Then we have the last news is from Kavalan, and they're bringing out a new edition that stands besides the Vinho Barrique. And it will also be matured in STR casks that had wine in them before. So it's really gonna be, is it as good as the first one? Because the first one was really good and won the 2015 World Whisky Awards for the worldwide best single malt. Yeah, we will see, because it will just come out in October for the Christmas season. Thank you very much for watching. And if you want to give this video a thumbs up, feel free to do so below. See you next time.